Good afternoon, welcome to GrainTV. My name is Cody Bills, this is Logan Burgess. Today is Thursday the 8th and we had the market moving a bit higher here. Corn for July trading up 2.5 cents. Soybeans trading up 23 1/4, and wheat in Chicago down 2.5 cents after rallying the better part of the week. Now, Logan, it is pretty interesting here. Soybeans rallying back very sharply after selling off the better part of the week. Why is that? Why did we see soybeans move back today?
It seemed like there were a couple things driving beans in today's action. We did have a reportable sale on new crop of 140,000 tons, so that helped things out. But I think the big story this morning was Chinese imports for the month of April. Those were reported here today, and those beat expectations from the trade. In general, traders were looking for Chinese soybean imports to decline in the month of April from what we saw in March, but a very strong 6.5 million tons of soybeans were imported during April. So I think in today's action, considering how tight old crop stocks are and a relatively neutral report expected tomorrow, I think that really helped this bean market move higher.
So this news here, I know probably a lot of traders out there are wondering whether or not we're going to continue moving higher. Do you think this sort of news is enough to change this sell-off and start moving back toward the highs?
You know, I don't think so. I don't think this is a long-term story here for old crop beans, and the reason for that is because right now we know that there are negative crush margins in mainland China. So the question is there going to be demand here to chew through the large quantities of beans that reached China during the month of April? Further adding to that is that the Chinese are going to be selling out of state reserves starting next week. So I guess we did see very strong imports from China, reflective of strong demand, but I guess I'd be concerned about this trend continuing as we move through May and into June.
Yeah, certainly this number may have caught the market off guard here today, maybe sparking some demand there, but for the most part it sounds like maybe this isn't the sort of sustainable bullish news that will move prices higher down the road. Now, we did have export sales come out today, and it is interesting here. I think one thing we'll note is that soybeans did have 40,000 metric tons sold. That's positive simply because we didn't have cancellations. It was not a lot of beans sold, but at least it wasn't terribly negative here. We did see soybeans ahead of pace, 125 million bushels, down from 135 last week. Now, one thing that is most notable about this export sales report is that we booked only 161,000 metric tons for corn compared to expectations of 500 to 800,000 metric tons. You can see here on this the furthest bar to the right on week 35 just how much less that is compared to that red line, which is the expected number of export sales here for this week. So it was very disappointing there, and I think that's one of the reasons why corn didn't really make much of a move here today. Wheat came out actually beating analyst expectations with 320,000 metric tons. High side of analyst expectations were around 300,000 metric tons. So really it was very positive for wheat. I would say very negative for corn, and for beans I'd say neutral to slightly positive simply because we didn't get the cancellations. Now, we do have the WSDA report coming out tomorrow. Logan, can you run through the expectations here for the traders?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, tomorrow will be the first time that the USDA projects new crop ending stocks, so I think that's really the numbers to be looking at tomorrow, especially for any producers out there, obviously, that are getting this crop planted at the moment here. Expectations are for 2014-15 ending stocks of corn coming in at 1.67 billion bushels. Soybeans expected at 307 million bushels, and if we take a look at wheat here, 559 million bushels expected there. So obviously, compared to current marketing year, expectations are for significant improvement in soybean ending stocks. So I guess coming into this report, that's the big number I'm going to be watching. Technically, the November contract has broken recently, and if we get a number around 300 million bushels, I would expect that to weigh on November futures in tomorrow's action. Obviously, we're going to have to wait to see what the USDA comes out with, and that report will be out at 11 o'clock Central Time tomorrow.
Absolutely. And guys, if you want to watch the reaction to the trade either on a mobile phone or at a desktop platform, give us a call, 877-472-4607. We'll set you up with a demo, or you can visit grainhedge.com. You can take a demo in the top left-hand corner. Thanks a lot for tuning in. We'll see you here tomorrow.